And I promise we will walk beside you until your homes are rebuilt. Your children smile again. Your island breathes again. Do not lose faith, Jamaica.
What's good, family? Welcome back to our channel. Listen carefully. This message to Jamaica is bigger than a hurricane. Today's video honestly caught me off guard. In a good way, of course. We are reacting to a message from President Ibrahim Traoré. We call him the President of Africa. He addressed Jamaica following devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. It's a speech that feels personal, historical, and honestly, it's different. Make sure you watch this all the way through because there's a deeper meaning here that goes beyond aid. Before we dive in, a moment of silence for everyone watching this. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so now. Thank you for subscribing. Let's get into it.
And I promise we will walk beside you until your homes are rebuilt. Your children smile again. Your island breathes again. Do not lose faith, Jamaica. You will rise. You will rebuild. And the world will remember your strength. May God bless Jamaica. May God bless the Caribbean. May God bless every soul fighting to rebuild. And may He bless the spirit of solidarity that binds us all. My heart is burdened today. I do not speak merely as the leader of Burkina Faso, but as an African, as a son of this soil, who feels the suffering of his brothers and sisters wherever they are in the world today. My heart beats with Jamaica. My thoughts, my prayers, and those of the Burkinabe people are with the proud people of Jamaica, who now endure one of the darkest chapters in their nation's modern history. Hurricane Melissa has carved a path of devastation that words can hardly capture. I have seen the images. I have heard the voices. Homes shattered, families displaced, lives lost, entire towns silenced beneath the fury of this monstrous storm. Winds reaching 185 miles per hour swept across the island with unforgiving power, uprooting trees, crushing hospitals, schools and homes. Roads vanished, power grids collapsed, and thousands of Jamaicans are now left searching for food, shelter, and safety. To those who have lost loved ones, I offer my deepest condolences. No words can fill that void. No speech can rebuild what has fallen. But I want you to know this. You are not alone. Africa stands with you. Burkina Faso stands with you. I stand with you. I watch mothers holding their children in flooded streets, elders seeking refuge, and men digging through debris with their bare hands. Nature has tested your strength, and I know the Jamaican spirit, proud and unyielding, will rise once more. But until that dawn arrives, it is our sacred duty as Africans, as humans, as one family under God, to reach out with open hands and open hearts. Burkina Faso is mobilizing tons of food, water, and emergency supplies to assist relief efforts in Jamaica. We are working with our humanitarian partners across Africa. Ensure this aid reaches those who need it most, the children, the elderly, the displaced families who have lost everything. We are also preparing temporary shelters to host hundreds of those left without homes. These are humble steps, but steps taken in love and solidarity, because when one nation suffers, all of humanity trembles. When one home falls, the world feels its echo. We cannot stand aside and watch. We will not let Jamaica face this storm alone. I have instructed my government to coordinate with regional bodies and international partners to deliver immediate aid, and I urge others across Africa, the Caribbean, and the world to do the same. This is not the time for speeches, but for action. I call upon the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Honorable Andrew Holness, to stand firm in this moment of trial. My brother, continue to lead with compassion and courage. Mobilize every resource for your people. Leave no one behind. The people of Jamaica look to you for strength. Africa stands firmly behind you. This hurricane, which ravaged Jamaica before surging toward Cuba and Haiti, has already claimed many lives across the Caribbean. The scale of devastation is immense. Whole towns leveled, bridges swept away, hospitals overwhelmed, and vast regions plunged into darkness. Jamaica has been declared a national disaster zone, and her people now desperately need water, food, medicine, and safe shelter. To the people of Jamaica, to every mother, father, and child hearing my voice, Burkina Faso is with you. Africa is with you. Do not lose faith. The storm has taken your homes, but not your spirit. It has shattered your walls, but not your courage. It has drenched your land, but not drowned your dignity. You are a people of resilience whose ancestors stood tall against tyranny, whose music and unity inspired generations worldwide. This pain will not define you, it will refine you. I know what it means to rebuild from ashes. In Burkina Faso, we too have endured drought, conflict, and hardship. We learned that when a people stand together, no disaster can defeat them. So I say to Jamaica, hold on to one another. In your churches, in your streets, in your schools, share what you have, lift each other up, and keep faith alive. Recovery will be long and hard, rebuilding homes, restoring power, and healing wounds. But these are not only tasks of construction. They are acts of faith, of love, of unity, and I assure you, Burkina Faso will do its part. Our engineers, volunteers, and doctors are ready to aid reconstruction. We are working with regional disaster agencies to offer technical and medical support. Every act matters, every meal, every blanket, every drop of water together. These small acts form a great tide of compassion. Today I call upon the African Union, upon ECOWAS, and upon every African nation from Cairo to Cape Town, from Dakar to Dar es Salaam, to rise and join this mission of mercy. Let us act not as separate nations, but as one people sharing one destiny. Let us prove that Africa does not forget her sons and daughters across the ocean. When the Caribbean calls for help, Africa must answer swiftly and without hesitation. Let this be Africa's moral awakening, not waiting for orders or approval from powers that once ignored our pain, but acting from our own sense of justice. True solidarity is not written in diplomatic language. It is expressed through action. It is seen when a mother in Burkina Faso packs food for a child in Kingston, when African doctors rebuild hospitals, when African engineers restore light, when African farmers share their harvest to feed the hungry. This is the Africa I believe in, an Africa that moves not from pity, but from purpose, that refuses to look away, that feels Jamaica's pain as its own. Every fallen home is a wound to our shared humanity. Let the world see that Africa's unity is not mere words. It is life. It is movement. It is truth. When history looks back on this storm, it will not only remember the winds that tore through Jamaica, but the solidarity that rose from Africa. Jamaica has always been more than an island. It has been a beacon of endurance, a light for the world. Your art, your faith, your rhythm, they have touched every corner of Africa. When the drums of Africa were silenced, Jamaica carried our song. Through reggae, you gave voice to the voiceless, turning pain into poetry, struggle into sound. When we hear Bob Marley, we do not hear just a musician. We hear a messenger, a prophet who told us to rise, to love, to believe. From Marcus Garvey to Marley, Jamaica has bridged Africa's past and future, reminding us that freedom lives in the heart of those who remember who they are. Even through centuries of storms and oppression, Jamaica still sings. You still smile, you still dance. That is your gift to the world, light through the rain. And now as Hurricane Melissa brings tears to your shores, it is our turn to sing for you, to send back across the ocean the same message of love and strength you once sent us. Africa remembers, Africa listens, Africa stands with you. To the people of Kingston, Montego Bay, Portmore, and every parish, your pain is felt in Ouagadougou, Lagos, Addis Ababa, and beyond. Across Africa, prayers are rising for Jamaica, children lighting candles, elders calling on God to grant you strength, because you are not distant cousins, you are family. We see your courage in the rescuers wading through floodwaters, in the mothers comforting children, in the neighbors sharing their last food. That courage mirrors the strength that fueled Africa's own liberation, and in your struggle we see our reflection. The same fire that burns in the African heart burns in Jamaica. Let us raise our voices together, not in lament, but in resilience. Let Africa and Jamaica beat as one heart. Let the world hear our rhythm of unity, of hope, of rebirth. Even in darkness we will not surrender. Even through the storm we will rebuild. Even in sorrow our spirit will rise. Because that is what Jamaica has always taught, that hope endures, that unity conquers fear, that love never fails. When I saw the flooded streets of Kingston and Montego Bay submerged, my heart broke. I saw streets once alive with music turned into rivers of grief. I saw fathers carrying children on their shoulders through waist-deep water. I saw mothers clutching soaked blankets, elders staring at ruins, and in those faces I saw Africa, the same endurance, the same faith. I thought of our farmers in Burkina Faso, who plant again after every flood, of mothers in the Sahel, who hold their children close through nights of uncertainty. When I saw Jamaica's pain, I saw our shared struggle, the reflection of one humanity. I prayed for Jamaica, for comfort, for strength, for healing. I prayed for the doctors, the rescuers, the volunteers, those hands of mercy working amid chaos, and I said to myself, this suffering must not be met with silence. When one part of humanity cries, the rest must respond. Hurricane Melissa is not only Jamaica's tragedy, it is humanity's reminder, a warning of how fragile we are, and how powerful we become when united amid destruction. I saw courage, strangers helping strangers, communities becoming one family. That is Jamaica. That is Africa. And that gives me hope, that love still beats stronger than despair. Leadership is not about protecting borders. It is about feeling the pain of others as your own. I prayed not out of pity, but out of solidarity, because your struggle is our struggle. And I will keep praying for the lost, for the broken, for the brave. When the sun rises again over Jamaica, it shine people unbreakable, unbent, unbowed, because Jamaica, like Africa, always rises, always. To the world I say, Jamaica needs help now, not later. Send aid, send compassion, but send it with dignity. Do not turn this tragedy into a tool of control. Jamaica does not need pity. It needs partnership, not exploitation, but solidarity. I have faith in the courage of the Jamaican people, in the leadership of Prime Minister Holness, in the heart of the Caribbean, and in humanity itself, that our compassion will rise higher than any storm. Africa stands with Jamaica. Burkina Faso stands with Jamaica.
Thank you very much for watching that video until the end with me. Right away, did you catch that line? I speak to you as an African. That was a deep line. That alone separates this speech from most world leaders. He's not speaking as a distant politician or a donor seeking praise or a country looking for headlines. He's speaking from identity. And that matters, especially when addressing Jamaica, a nation whose roots trace back to Africa, through history, struggle, and survival. Another thing I noticed is how he offers condolences. He acknowledges the following: the lives that were lost, the destruction, the emotional weight of the disaster. Too often, leaders offer sympathy and move on. But here it feels like shared pain, not distant sympathy. Now let's talk about something important. President Traoré didn't just say, "We stand with you." He backed it up. He spoke about sending food, clean water, emergency supplies, temporary shelters. That's not symbolic support. That's practical help. And remember, Burkina Faso is not a wealthy nation. By global standards, it's not a wealthy nation, which makes this gesture even more powerful. It's saying, even with little, we still show up. Traoré isn't talking to Jamaica alone. He's talking to Africa, the Caribbean, the black nations globally. He's talking to all of us. He's saying, solidarity is proven through action, not speeches. This is Pan-Africanism in real time. Not theory, not conferences, not hashtags. It's actual cooperation. I actually loved how he acknowledged Jamaica's cultural power. He mentions that Jamaica's resilience, its impact on global culture, music like Bob Marley, which carried African consciousness worldwide. Because, too often Caribbean nations are spoken about, not respected for what they've given to the world. This here was actually respect. Now, this is where the speech shifted gears. Traoré is not seeking Western approval. He is not waiting for IMF praise, foreign validation, media applause. He is centered on humanity first. And whether you agree with him politically or not, that approach is refreshing in a world where leaders often prioritize optics over people. Let me be honest. This speech hits because it reminds us of something we've forgotten. Africa and the Caribbean are not strangers. We are historically connected, culturally linked, spiritually aligned. And moments like disasters expose who truly sees that connection and who only remembers us when it's convenient. The final part of the video talks about future cooperation, not just aid, but trade, self-reliance, economic partnership, African-Caribbean collaboration. That's the real conversation. Because aid helps today, but cooperation builds tomorrow. President Traoré's message wasn't just a hurricane. It was about shared history, mutual responsibility, and a future where black nations rely more on each other. Whether this vision becomes reality depends on action, not applause. But moments like this always matter. If you enjoyed this page, let me know in the comments. Do you believe Africa and the Caribbean should work more closely? Or is it just powerful words? Thank you for watching. Please, if you felt this message, like the video, share the video to someone who may need to hear this message, and subscribe to our channel because I'll be back with more important conversations. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.